opportunity. Let us do good to all men. When we have the opportunity, let us do good to all men.
When the opportunity presents itself, but you put yourself aside to help someone else. You may not have money, but you have time, and it's okay to take a break like halftime. You may be the only light somebody ever see. What we do for others be any degree. I want love to be shown in my legacy. That's evidence God was working through me. I see a world that needs a lot of help, and there's enough people to give her that help. That's why I'm here crying out for help. One person can't do it by themselves. They say it take a village to raise a child. Let's build our kids up instead of tearing them down. I pray I'm never too proud to serve my community. That's why I'm here saying,
when we have the opportunity, let us do good to all men.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Listen, we had some technical difficulties this morning, so we had to jump on just here a little bit late, but I still have the information for you that you need. Sun Slappers, it is Friday. What's going on with you? And the sun is peeking out a little bit. I hope you got a chance to, some of you have commented that y'all love watching the sun come up. Y'all love watching, sunrises. I do too. It's something about, and I guess it comes from my working years on midnights, that it's like something about being in the city around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And then in the summertime, sun start rising about 5:36. You start seeing how they're rising. There's something about saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's something about greeting the day and watching the day, right? So that's typically how we've gotten to this point of Sun Slappers. And if this is your first time here, welcome. But again, we've had this opportunity before, and we've created an opportunity in a space in Sun Slappers. So we want to get you to set your day. Now, yes, by far you've already known, and most people have already, helped and supported and contributed, and that we are running for the mayor of Pontiac, Michigan, our home where we love. This is what built us, got us to the point of where we at right now. And I tell you, I'm super excited about just everybody, just the things that's going on, the good, the bad, the ugly, the happy, the laughing, the ups, the downs, the in-betweens. You know what I'm saying? There's something about having a vision. There's something about, when you've been through something and you've seen it through the end, that when trouble seems to be at your doorway, it's an opportunity to say, okay, we get to do something better. We get to, and we get to build on what's here, right? We get to build on what's left. Like, it's not all doom and gloom. Like a lot of times folks have a tendency of wanting to make things doom and gloom as they're like the superhero that comes in and saves the day. Let me tell you something. We are all in this together. We are all in a space where we all need each other. There's not one person who's better than the next person. And so again, that's why we created this platform. And if you want to catch anything that we've talked about and done before in the past, get over to Mr. Trusted Process YouTube page. That's still going on. You can still get content over there. If you want to follow us over on Facebook, Mr. Trusted Process or Trusting the Process, that is still going on. Like, we are carrying on. We are consistent in what we're doing. We are not going to change who we are because we're looking for a better opportunity, or an opportunity that's going to give us a space where we could do more to serve people. That's what this is about. It's about maxing out the capacity of where you at, and then going to another space where you can do even more. And the load is heavy. The load is heavy when you are starting to require more territory. Require it, meaning you want it, meaning that you're saying, okay, we could do more. We can do more to help people. We can do more to serve people. That is a heavy load. Make no mistake about it. But you have to build yourself up to it. So what we've decided to do over here at Trust the Process, what we've decided to do over here, just in this whole space of just living, we want to share some experiences with you. We want to share some of the ups and downs that, me personally, that I've been through. And again, we've had other people on the show to share what they've been through and things of that nature. And so this is that space. So I'm not going to keep you here long. It's about 5:16. I want to quickly give a shout out to, you're going to see it very, 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 very soon, to this young man right here. He is turning 4 today. Oh my goodness. That's my crew. Happy birthday, crew. Oh my goodness. He is turning 4 today. Listen, out of our grandkids, right? Like, they all have their own different personalities. They all have their thing about them, right? That one thing that you can peek out, and man, he's growing up on us. He's growing up on us, and I'm shocked. I'm shocked. And his buddy over here, this is his buddy. His buddy over here, I know JoJo. His buddy over here, you know what I'm saying, is coming right behind him. And so I just wanted to give him a shout out, and so he could see it, because your grandkids, they into technology and they see these type of things on here. So you definitely got to be careful what you're saying, and you definitely have to be careful, that you acknowledging birthdays and things of that nature, and giving them shouts out and letting them know that you care about them, letting the world know that, hey, listen, there's a why. And I posted my grandkids about a week ago of just saying, like, this thing is bigger than just a position, right? Like, there's some things that you have to go through. And there's some things that I've had to go through to make sure that I'm available to reach and understand those who I'm serving. That's the goal for me. The goal for me is not the people who running against me. It's the people who I am here to serve, who I am trying to serve, who I'm allowed to serve. And for 27 years in law enforcement, still working, right? Still in the midst of it, still, serving, still take the bad with the good, the people who gonna get mad at you and yell at you, and the accountability, and it's all your fault, the whole nine. Listen, it's just something about God's grace that allows you to welcome that, but then also allows you to have enough love from people that's around you, my wife, my kids, my grandkids, my brothers, my sisters, my cousins, my friends who are really excited about what's happening for me personally in my life, and who are celebrating those type of things right now. So if you haven't been here before, again, Sun Slappers, or, you haven't been on Trust in the Process, we always give you a couple points to start your day, and that's what we're going to do. Let me tell you something, and I just led into this. We look out for kids no matter who they are. I want you to hear that one more time. We look out for kids no matter who they are. What do you mean, Gil? It was a time in our community that your neighbor could discipline you. Not necessarily, depending on if it was a relative, they can put their hands on you. But we looked out for the kids, no matter what the difference of adults were. If you had some type of anything going on with adults, that didn't matter. If a kid was in trouble, they can come to your home and say, I need some help. If a kid did not, and I know, we're going to go through this, times change. You don't know people's families, and you don't know the kid. We don't know because we stopped wanting to know. We don't know, and I'm telling you how this works. When you start giving up what made you, you're definitely going to cease what you see out there in the world. Like we have to embrace that. So we need to look out for our kids no matter who they belong to. We can work out everything else on the back end. But we look out for kids no matter who they belong to. And so shout out, hands clap to all the teachers, administrators, the school bus drivers, the parapros, the coaches, all the folks who give time that look out for kids no matter who they belong to, I'm going to give you another hand clap. Excuse me. So let's get into this one. And a lot of times that's going to cost you something. Make no mistake about it. When you start doing things differently than the people that's around you, when you start going back to them old school ways, and I'm not going to even call them old school ways. This is just the right way of doing things. Some things should just not change. Some things should have not changed. We should have just left it alone. But that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother topic. But we gonna get to that. What are some of the things that you could think about that we should have just left alone? You know, put it in the comments. You guys do a great job with commenting on things of that nature. Okay, it's 10:49, right, Gil? Let's keep it going. Let's keep focused here. Listen. Let me back it up a little bit. Let me back up a little bit. And get this on here. Please don't confuse the length of a friendship with the strength of a friendship. They are not the same. I'm going to say that one more time. Please don't confuse the length of a friendship with the strength of a friendship. Listen, some things have to be tested. Some things have to be tested. What do you mean, Gil? What you talking about? Everything has a season. Every person, every place has a season. And just because the season may be over for how close you were in one particular season, and you're not as close in your next season, doesn't mean that you got to be mad. Doesn't mean that that person is a hater. Doesn't mean any of that. It just means that for the reason that they were there in your life at that time, that purpose has been done and fulfilled. So there are going to be some people who are going to stay no matter what season you in. But please don't confuse the length of a friendship with the strength of the friendship. Because people can really do some things out of character when it's time for them to show character. You looking at one thing, they thinking another thing. So not that you got to be scared of people who come in your life. Set boundaries is basically what I'm trying to tell you. Set some boundaries and then allow the exchange of relationship, allow time to secure the friendship and strengthen the friendship. So no matter what you go through, that you can also be there for them when it has nothing to do with what about you. Like I always look at how I could be there for the people that I say I love, even when it doesn't have anything to do with me. And so that's pretty much it with that one. We're going to go down to another one, which I think was very, very interesting. And one thing that we all get caught up in sometimes, and we need to learn not to. But it takes coaching and it takes some leadership, because you got to get rid of some things to really understand what I'm about to say. So this one may not be for everybody, but I'm going to tell you this. Don't let the ego get in the way of the mission. What do you? Don't let the ego get in the way of the mission. What do you mean, Gil? You listen, the ego. I've learned when there are spaces where people can do something better than you on a team, you got to call their play. You got to call them up to say, hey, you ready? The ego jumps in the way when you like, it don't matter. I'm the captain of the team, so I should be the one. The mission is for the team or for wherever y'all going or for wherever you looking at is to accomplish the vision, to accomplish that you, whatever the vision was set out, you attach an assignment and a mission to it. You have to complete it. And if you're on a team, it shouldn't matter who's up the bat. And a good coach knows when to put somebody in and to dial down their ego. A lot of times, okay, let me, you know what? I'm just going to go over a little bit because I really want to drill this down, right? Like, listen, according to popularity, according to the way that my life transitioned, I should have ran for mayor 2 election cycles previous, right? Like I was there. However, there were still some things that I needed to learn and still some things that I wanted to see in my city that I still needed to be grassroots about, that I still needed to say, okay, no, I haven't really, I've spent some time in the municipality, but have I learned that budget? There's some things that we need to work on in the community that they're going to come out and have a conversation about. And I want to have that conversation too. And we're talking about that right here, the master plan, right? We didn't have a master plan for the city. We were behind a decade of getting this master plan out. So I wanted to be a part of that master plan. I wanted to be a part of the charter. We hadn't had a charter revision since 1982. So I wanted to be a part of that. So to give those things my undivided attention, all while we're trying to financially stabilize the school district, because we started in the schools, because without good schools or a good foundation in schools, it's hard to have a solid foundation in a community or a community that's set. So you have to finish what you start. We were when I started with the district, $56 million in debt. $56 million in debt. That's where the SAFE initiative came from. SAFE ain't just pop up. I've always felt like I was the safest vote. I always felt like, I'm going to put it on my back. I'm going to carry the team. I have a vision for a certain thing. It was safer schools, accountability, financial stability, educational success. Those were the 4 things. Now, my why for getting on the school board in 2007 was because of the fact that we had individuals who was stealing money. So my why that was driving me to get on the school board to bring some correction brought me SAFE as an acronym, because I needed a vision in my head to say, these are the 4 points that I'm looking for. These are the 4 points of success that I'm looking for. Because I need to tie the school district in with the municipality. Now we're talking about work over 25 years, which led me here. So ego can't play a role in that. You have to get there, which brings us to safer neighborhoods, accountability to the people, financial stability, economic success for all. SAFE didn't just pop up because I wanted something to say. SAFE became a reality because it became a pillar in what I wanted to do and how I wanted to move and the things that I needed to think about when I saw some of the craziness going on. That's where SAFE came from. SAFE came out of making sure I had something stable that I can look at, that I can see, because the goal for me and anybody that I even shared it with that wanted to join me in this journey is we got to connect the schools with the municipality. But you cannot do that if you do not learn the processes on how things work every day. And that's why you hear me say consistently, a lot of times, check your ego at the door. So that's where that came from. That's where that came from. Don't let the ego get in the way of the mission. All right. I took you a little bit too long, but I'm gonna go ahead and I got you. We'll touch on this a little bit. Just a little bit. I'll touch on it just a little bit. Here you go. Just a little bit. When people can't control you, they try to control how people view you. Listen. I know I'm going to put some crickets behind that one. When people can't control you, they try to control how people view you. I'm going to give you a little coffee, a little water cooler information right now. Be who you're going to be. Because specifically in 2025, people can clearly see what your motivations are by watching how you move. If I'd have just stopped all this and never contribute back or never gave back or never said, okay, we're going to keep doing Sunstock, we're going to keep moving. You know, I had to pause for a second because, of course, you're adding something to the table. But the heart of what got you to where you are, you have to continue that. Like, this just can't be made up. This just can't be something you just doing just to have a political run. You can't just be all of a sudden just pop up and just be like, oh, I'm running for this, so let me just talk to the people about. No. It doesn't work like that. Like, people consistently need to go back in history and see what you've done, how you moved. I'm not going to be in a shirt and tie every single day. That's the office uniform. But I'm several things in the community. I'm several things to myself. There's things about me that I love that I'm bringing to the table that helps me connect with other people in conversations that I hope to get us to a solution if they're bringing a problem to the table. You got to have some commonality. You got to have a common thread that's going to attach you to people. I don't believe you could just serve people just by, what is your having a platform and speaking like a robot and just, I think there has to be things that you can attach to. And so for me, it's not going to change me being who that guy is, that 22-year-old guy. Right there. It's not going to change. It started the foundation to where I'm at, to the point where I'm like, okay, well, what do you do with this guy? Till you spread them in the community and say, I love motorcycles. So I got on the motor unit. Right? And then because I knew kids like motorcycles in my community, this is a motor-driven town, an industrial town, kids like working on cars and things of that nature, I turned around and did something different. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do fashion shows and talent shows because that's what they were missing. And I put on my motorcycle gear because that brought them to say, hey, listen, he understands what we're going through. He ain't just doing something just to be doing it. This is not a money grab for him. And in that's what led me to taking that other oath, to getting on the school board, to saying that I want to do something different and protect the kids. Because in the beginning of it, this young man right here is why I started moving that, worried about his future. And now that his son is here, it's a difference. This is the game changer. This is the legacy in which things happen. And even though doing all of that, in the midst of it all, You have some ups and downs. You have some things that don't really carry you all the way through. Decisions making that's made by other people that causes you to lose your whole career. When council and presidents, council and mayors, it's not the fact of getting along, but it's when you make the personality differences personal and you affect the lives that people who work here, who work in the city, those decisions being made. I had to look at that. Thank God that I had the opportunity of having some financial stability in my own life that I can carry, but plenty of other people could never recover from the decisions that were made for the municipality. So you had to learn. So the connection between the two, safe, me being a safe vote, safe, it came out of the birth and growth of being in these decisions that were made. And so then you take that process, you move through it, you fighting through an emergency manager, that guy. You going to Lansing, you learning how to do that. Robert Bass, thank you, sir. Mr. Maxey, thank you, sir. Then you have some stability. Going to DC. Like you're understanding how all of this is starting to connect, and I'll go back through it all again over time. But then one of the greatest things that ever happened to my life is finding somebody who understood me at the core of who I am, my wife. Born and raised on the east side of Pontiac. Born and raised on the east side of Pontiac. Walk you through it. Coaching you through it all the way. Going through the ins and the outs.
Unto you.
As a token.
To get to this
My
point.
eternal love.
My eternal love.
And my commitment.
Them vows, them commitments.
Would you take those?
Because none of what we got going on happens.
Let's pray for a blessing. Dear God, we thank you so much.
None of it.
For bringing these two together. We
Until
know,
you
God,
do that.
This was your plan before the foundation of the world.
Pontiac did that.
To simply fulfill your will and your purpose for their
so
lives.
when you
Lord,
see me, and now I'm saying Pontiac City of Promise, this is what I'm talking about. All of those things prior to this is what I'm talking about. Pontiac has allowed me to take my same safe initiative, safer neighborhoods, accountability to the people, financial stability, economic success for all. It's a promise. It's a promise. And Pontiac kept his promise. And so, listen, we've been through it. I went way over my time today, but I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Listen, enjoy the rest of your day. Let's make sure that we are putting ourselves in position to win. We are here for each other. You can go back through some of this and scroll through it. And if you got any questions, you got anything that you need to talk about, or you're saying, hey, Gil, I missed that. Can you, hey, listen, that's the number. That's the email. That's the website where you can join. You can join the movement. You can be a part of what's going on. You don't have to be in this by yourself. Everything that we've done in the last 25 years, we are bringing here is the experience, is the connection. We are better together. Y'all know I've been saying we Pontiac proud. You know I'm gonna put Pontiac on my shoulder. So that's where we at. I appreciate y'all, man. God bless y'all. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing day. Catch us again this afternoon. We got a couple interviews that we're gonna do. But God bless you, and trust the process. It's a Pontiac promise. City of Promise. Peace.